Well, welcome to the Truth Hurts podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My dog, Jeezy. The Truth Hurts podcast. I'm Rosecrans Vic.
Jeff Weiss.
I'm Free.
We got my boy Ohgeesy in the building.
Jeezy, I'm here. I'm in the building.
Yes, Paid in Full just dropped. It's going crazy, going stupid.
Crazy. That's
What
my
are some of,
biggest release week.
What are some of like the best messages you feel like you got, like for
Everything.
maybe
I
certain
feel like
people?
I've seen
or,
like probably like 5 negative comments, and I'm like,
what? They're tripping.
yeah, they bitches.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck they want.
It's good. You gotta have a few.
Yeah.
Now, when you set out to make projects, do you separate yourself from like who you were in Shoreline and the group setting when you do like your solo projects?
100%.
Because I know you guys came back together.
100%, but not on purpose. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I just separate. Like I try to like tune in. Like so, I made a lot of songs. Like a few songs are like girls of mine. You feel me?
Right.
Like I'm trying to like aim towards that audience. So that's what I was doing, and I purposely did that. And the feedback I'm getting is like, oh yeah, you did exactly what you was trying to do.
Did you have any favorite like R&B singers growing up?
Nah, not really. I didn't even listen to R&B growing up for real.
How did you what made you kind of get in that direction?
I think just starting to go to clubs and stuff. Like shout out my homie LJ, promoter homie. When I started going to clubs and stuff, I didn't do clubs before Shoreline. We turned down all clubs. So for Ohgeesy, I was doing hella club runs and stuff, and he's like, bro, you gotta pay attention to what's going on here. Like, this is what girls like to listen to, this what type of music. So that's what I did. Like, I hosted so many clubs, like, I went on, like, basically club tours. So I'm like, I just, like, started focusing on that.
That makes sense because Shoreline was like very much like house party, Airbnb, music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then now going out to the clubs and seeing like, oh shit, like,
Right.
And that was like a big thing. It's like, fuck bottle service.
You still says a rock, my nigga, I do lean. Fuck bottle service, nigga, pop the seal on the 16th.
I'm poor lean, you know what I'm saying?
That's how we ain't have money to get into the club.
Right.
No, but it's a natural progression. You know what I'm
totally.
saying? But when you're in LA, if you don't have it like that, fuck the club. That's just whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until you have it like that, it's like, all right, cool. Now I got a section.
Yeah.
Now all the homies can come in. They don't give us issues at the door.
Right.
There's always politics.
It's
like
a big
in LA.
difference for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean-
if I wasn't a rapper, I would never have been in the club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. You feel like you didn't ever like experience that part of your life before because you got on young with Shoreline. How old was you? When y'all very first
I wasn't that
hit?
young. I was like 23, 24.
Okay.
So before that, I never went to no clubs or nothing. Like,
Why you think?
No one around me had money like that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys weren't the type that was just gonna pop out just like to be there. Yeah.
I started getting money around the time I got signed.
Right.
And you grew up in East Hollywood.
East Hollywood.
Yeah. What part of East Hollywood?
Like around Santa Monica Western area.
Okay. Yeah.
Bronson, to be
I
exact.
live near there. Yeah.
What's that area like? Because I'm not familiar with that at all.
It's turned up. It's just like pretty much all Mexican.
Okay.
That intersection's crazy, Santa Monica.
But is it, like,
It's the
dangerous?
busiest intersection in the world.
Okay. Is it dangerous area?
It's like,
It's like
There's also like a Salvadoran corridor right there too, right?
Right.
It was like,
Yeah.
Because like I was
cool
telling you, I'm
spots.
from Bakersfield, so I don't
it's
know
turned-
all the
it's-
spots.
It's turned up. Hollywood's turned up. for sure.
Okay.
I lived there for a while. I moved like last year. That shit was definitely turned up. Like my alley would always
I like
get
how
tagged.
it's turned up, but then you could go see stuff. So it's like a tourist place.
Right. So it had both.
Yeah, so I was in the mix of everything. Like,
Okay.
I hung out with like skateboarders and gangbangers. Like, you feel
Right.
me?
How old were you? You tagged a lot when you were a kid, yeah?
Yeah.
When did you start doing
I
that?
started doing graffiti in elementary school.
Yeah.
Like everybody I went to elementary with knew what they was gonna do. If they was gonna start gangbanging already. Like,
Right.
Yeah. What was, were you like doing like big pieces, like bombing on like?
Nah, not really. I never really got good at bombing. Like I was
Yeah.
like just in the hand styles and just like fucking shit up, just
Yeah.
like chaos. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I just like fucking shit up.
How did you think to do that? Like, I'ma just tag.
It's just like I'm just being a product of my environment. Like I'm
Okay, so
telling you,
everybody was doing
everybody's doing graffiti or they gangbanging. Like
Okay.
When you go on tours, you still get like an itch to do it because I know like
yeah,
when
I caught a graffiti case on tour like
For real?
yeah,
You're burnt out.
like 2 years ago. I had to pay like 50 racks. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
I've been on like moving town to town with like some of the Tiger homies, Duno, the other homie Maximo. Like I just turn around, they're gone. I'm like, dude, you don't act like this in LA. They're just like, dude, I just seen a spot. Like it's like they just feel like the whole city is like new.
It's like
Right.
second nature for sure.
yeah.
Do you feel
That's
like you
funny.
had got like high level up there to do like the freeways and shit? Because I be driving
Yeah, for
thinking
sure.
like, how the hell?
I used to do freeways when I was like probably like a 6th grader, 7th grader. Like I started doing
Damn,
that.
how y'all do it? If you could tell us.
Just walk down there.
No, I'm talking about like the signs up there though.
the signs, like
You know the ones like when you're driving under the
everything's
bridge.
like pretty easy to get to. Like you just gotta be.
You gotta want to get
you
up
just
there.
gotta want to do the shit.
Okay. I always wondered that. Because we don't have a big tagging culture where I'm from. They do
In
it.
Bakersfield, nah.
But it's in the hood, like the
it-
trenches.
Nah, but that's just like gangbang graffiti. That's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Like,
It's not
like graffiti.
tagging.
Like tagging is like about being stylish. Like
Right.
everybody want to be seen. It's like it's like I don't know. It's like your style. You feel me?
Right.
Like trying to have the best style.
It's like your signature.
Yeah. Exactly.
You ever like watch any of like the documentaries like Style Wars or any of like the East Coast?
I didn't see Star Wars, but I remember watching like Infamy
Uh-huh.
and what else? I remember some movie Bomb the System.
Bravo, this is
Bomb the System, fire.
I know the
fire.
guy that did that. Yeah, it's cool.
So when you were over there tagging, doing stuff like that, did you ever think you were gonna do music? How did that kind of like come
Nah,
about?
I never thought I was gonna do music. I started doing music at like age 18, 19. Cause just seeing like younger cats get in the game and stuff like A$AP Rocky and shit,
Right.
and they just seeing like they was fly, they was young. I was like, I could do that too. I just started picking it up. Chief Keef,
Right.
feel me? So that's around the time I started rapping.
Okay.
What were you like? Were you hustling at that point? Like when did you start doing that?
Nah, not yet. I always like had little hustles, but
Yeah.
I was living with my grandma, so like my grandma was super on it, like
Yeah.
super on it. So I never really hustled like that until I got my own spot. I got my own spot at like 19, 20. And then I
That's
just
young in LA.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
like, a lot of
It's
people don't do that.
they kicked me out. They was like, all right, bro, you can't just be doing whatever the fuck you want. I was sleeping on the floor at my grandma's. They was like, you can't be just getting here at 3 a.m. like
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want. So they kicked me out. And then I just started looking for spots, bro. I started looking in the nicest buildings, like
Yeah.
brand new buildings. And then I found a jug, like every brand new, like nice building has low income housing, like a few units.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just started putting applications anywhere,
That's smart.
everywhere. Bro, I got calls from like 2-3 places. I was like, oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So I got a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,500 on Hollywood Boulevard.
On Hollywood Boulevard.
And that's where I made Musty at.
Musty, my nigga who got the musty. It must be OGs cause he stay serving custody.
That's
I was
crazy.
about to say
Wow.
that was the parking garage.
Yeah.
That Musty was filming.
Right across from the W.
It's actually
Oh,
funny
yeah.
because if you're in those buildings, you always see a few people and you're like,
Yeah, some janky. And I probably made like 100, 200 bands in there.
so how did like, I mean, I know it's old news at this point, but like, what do you remember about like the recording of Musty? Because that was such a time and moment in LA history.
I was like trapping super tough, so I didn't even care about rapping.
Yeah.
Like, and Phoenix was just on my head. He's like, bro, we gotta like really focus and concentrate. I'm like, bro, I'm not tripping. Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm going up. I just bought a
Right.
Beamer. Like, that's why I said it in the song. I said, I just bought the Beamer. Yeah.
Just about the beamer, cause that shit look cleaner. How I get this shit, nigga serving the fiend.
Was he always like really good at rapping?
Who, Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like both of you guys have gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
then-
guys grew into y'all bag for sure.
Yeah, and this new shit, it's like we really like just show how good our
Yeah.
chemistry is. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah.
It's cool that you guys were doing it. I mean, because there, other than like Migos, there really weren't that many groups at that time
Yeah, nah,
either.
No.
What made you want to be in a group in the first place?
We were just from the same section, and we
Yeah.
I didn't even know he rapped. Like,
Yeah.
I put out one song on like SoundCloud. He's like, you rap? He's like, I look, he could rap too.
Yeah.
I recorded him. I engineered Musty.
Yeah.
I did everything like by accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing
Yeah.
shit.
Was it
pushing
like a
buttons.
drunk high night? Because I've interviewed a few people and they always tell me they most like cracking hits is when they're not expecting it.
Everything I've ever done, I've probably done like 1 or 2 songs intoxicated. Everything I've ever done sober.
Wow, that's dope.
I can't concentrate like fucked
Yeah,
up
when
or
you're
do
off of
nothing,
stuff. Yeah, I can't really either. Not like on testing shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go
could
to
never.
work like high or fucked
Right.
up. You feel me?
I could never. I tried to do one interview with Bravo. He got me high.
Yeah.
Right after he got home from jail, he's like, "Just take one hit from me, bro."
You don't smoke?
I didn't.
No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke at all.
I didn't
You're
write a word
risky.
sober for like
You're
my
risky,
whole
Vic.
career.
No, I know,
Like,
I know.
think.
And I couldn't even get a question out. I was like,
Really?
y'all got any questions in the back?
Like I can smoke, but
I
I've
can't.
gotten so drunk before on interviews. That's why I don't like to drink on interviews.
You're the one who's like, she wants to take a shot. Like,
I just said batty batty shot o'clock. Like we're five interviews
She's
in.
like, we're on our
I always have to do say in the
Takes a shot
car.
at Henny at
Yeah,
halftime.
5 interviews today.
No. Like this,
okay,
you're
okay.
like I think the 5th one,
Okay.
or the 4th one. So I told him like interview 1. He's like, no, it's not time yet.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. I can smoke and be like totally clear-headed, but if I drink, I'm like,
I mean, drinking would be cool for an interview, but yeah, I try to do everything sober.
Yeah.
Do you, when you're like, because obviously your music is like a lot of it's party music. I mean, do you kind of channel that mindset when you're?
Yeah,
like,
I'm just thinking about like shit I've done, shit I'm gonna do. Like, yeah, that's pretty much all I do is channel it.
That's cool. And then I think I listened to an interview where do you still have like a lot of people come to the studio to kind of when you're recording?
It depends. Like sometimes, like when we did the homie records, like Wet and Wanna Fuck with all the homies.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody, we was like 100 deep in the studio.
Oh, that's fire. So everybody's in there.
Yeah.
How do you think it
Okay.
changes the energy when you're like making a song like that?
I
you
feel like everybody's trying to out rap each other, so it makes
Yeah.
everybody like a little
Makes you guys go
competitive.
harder.
Competitive. Yeah.
When did you start like kind of taking like the craft of like rapping seriously?
I think for Jeezy World 1. After the group broke up, I was like, I gotta go do my shit. Like, I think one of the first songs I made was, it didn't come out on Jeezy. Did it come out? No, it didn't come out on Jeezy World 1, but one of the first solo songs I made was Geekaleek. I went to the studio and just did that shit. Like,
And that shit's what.
but that's
platinum
when
now?
I just had moved, so I separated myself from everybody, like, cause I moved to the suburbs for my first time. All my homies was dying, so like, it was just a lot going on. So I separated myself from everybody, and I just started spending a lot of time by myself. I started working out for the first time in my life. Started hiking, like doing all types of like shit, just taking care of myself.
Yeah, like I think I saw that you meditate as well.
Yeah,
That's cool. When did
yeah.
you start doing that, and kind of how did
Around that
practice-
time.
Yeah, like do you have like a practice for meditation that you usually do?
I usually meditate. I do I do meditating in the sauna when I'm in the sauna. I spend like 40 minutes in the sauna.
That's cool.
Pretty much the whole time.
You're like,
That's dope.
did you like learn how to? Because I meditate as well, so
Just
it's like I found it like
just from like YouTube.
Interesting.
Just learning on YouTube.
yeah, because I feel it's one of the only ways. Because the world is kind of, I always tell people, I'm like, it's meant to make you insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially kind of the life
Yeah.
you're
Social
living.
media.
Yeah, for sure.
I be
Hollywood,
telling that to like people that don't understand. Like I'm like, yo, like I leave the club one night and like I wake up and my head is like spinning from like where just so much energy and people trying to like.
Well, it's like the overstimulation
Yeah,
where it's like,
overstimulation,
it's like,
for sure.
I always like say, it's like, I don't, you like, everyone's phone is crazy. I'm sure you open up your phone and it's like a million people like.
I just ignore everything.
You have to.
I just
Everyone.
ignore everything.
Yeah, especially at big shows. I mean, you're interacting with thousands of people, accepting all the
And
energy.
I'm not
and shit.
rude, so I'm like I have to interact with everybody
Yeah.
that fucking comes and talks
Yeah.
to me.
Well, because like for the rest of their life, like they're gonna be like, yo, Jeezy was a dick.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
or they'll be
yeah,
like, he
exactly.
was actually a really cool
Yeah.
person. You know.
Yeah.
No, every time I've been in the room with Jeez, he says what's up to every single person in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like since back then, since fucking Dash Radio days. and
Right.
shit.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I met you one time, a long time ago at the Shrine show with
Okay,
Ashley.
okay.
And we were going
Yeah,
backstage.
I remember your face. I remember meeting you somewhere.
and then
for sure.
it was so ironic because Draco had called on the phone. And he was calling from jail or whatever. And that was the only encounter I ever had with you. But I was always like, oh, he a cool ass nigga. Because
Yeah,
you
for
didn't know
sure,
me from a
for sure,
canopy.
for
I was just back there
Yeah,
randomly.
I'll be saying what's up to everybody.
Yeah,
like,
you definitely had good
if it's
energy.
one thing like my fans or anyone says about me, they're like, nah, he cool.
Right.
He cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, the one thing that I've always respected about you is like your marketing and how much of like a good businessman you are. Tell me about
I
that.
come from trap band, like, you feel me?
Okay,
Like,
because
it's the best customer service I could give.
yeah, you really, how did you decide and like how did you basically plan out how you were going to do the marketing for Shoreline? Because I feel like that's when you guys gained the cult following
Yeah,
and it kind of
100%,
followed you.
100%.
So how did that happen? Because
feel
your
like
following is out of this world.
It came from like graffiti and everything. Like, you feel me? I'm like, graffiti, you marketing yourself. You feel
Okay.
me? You're a brand. So I feel like it all just came from there. And then the hustling came from trapping. So
Right.
just put everything together.
Right.
But it was ingenious too, because when you had the Fox 11 thing,
You ain't on none.
This music video from Southland rap group Shoreline Mafia shows them partying in a kitchen with something you're more likely to find in your medicine cabinet. Rappers pouring prescription-grade cough syrup into soda and sipping, even holding up a bottle with a gun in hand.
Yeah.
like that makes that's a way to make you infamous.
Yeah, and then I put that on the project, like you see,
Yeah.
like I be A&R and everything. I be creatively just coming up, and I feel like the creativity like all stems back to like graffiti and stuff. Like I'm just a creative person.
Right. Now, when you guys signed, did you guys already have such a big fan base? Or did it grow over time?
It was growing already, but I didn't like even to this day. Like I've never looked, and I'm like, on popping. You feel me? So,
Really?
So back then we started selling our shows and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Right.
It's nothing. And I feel like that's kind of what fucked over the homies' heads because they let it get to their head. They're like, oh, I'm popping, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, nah, bro, we nothing. Like,
Right.
what the fuck is you talking about?
Do you feel like you've made it to the something now?
Something, barely. This
Barely
weekend.
this much?
This weekend. Like,
This
Yo,
weekend?
my fucking album went like fucking in the top 10 global. So I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah. I think you have that perspective because, like, I know you're such a big fan of hip hop, like, to its core,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And then you're like, I'm not Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not this, I'm not
yeah,
that. So it's like,
once I'm doing like my solo arenas, fucking,
Yeah.
you feel me?
But even Jay-Z was like, treat your first like your last. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's
That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all this shit could be going tomorrow. You feel me?
Right.
That's how I treat it, and I feel like that's the best way to treat it because it makes you just stay hungry.
oh yeah, like that. I still got to earn my stripes shit.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, there's so much further to climb.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
what
I've done so much. I don't even think people realize how much I've done or how many accolades I have.
Yeah.
Because I don't talk about it. Like,
Right.
I'm
You
just
keep
like,
it behind closed doors.
Because you're trying to get to the next one.
Yeah, plus
exactly.
like it's kind of old news probably as it
Right.
as it gets there.
Do you have like any inspirations, like musically, business wise? Like who you listening to in the car? You seem like you real chill. Like you
Who I
wouldn't
listen to
probably
right-
listen to like the type of music you make.
Nah, I do, but not right now. At this moment in my life, like I try to like steer away from like rap music. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I've been
See, and
listening-
I'm
I heard
getting
you say
that
you were
from
listening
you.
to jazz.
Yeah,
and I was
jazz
like,
music.
What kind
I
of
was
let's
listening-
talk jazz.
Right.
The millions of people that want, yeah, the millions
He's
of
ready
people
for
that
that.
know.
He
I
knows
was
a lot about
I
jazz.
like, I'm gonna listen to more jazz kind of guy.
I just go to the jazz genre on Apple and I just be downloading anything that sounds good.
Yeah. I can put you up on some. Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
gotta-
you
you gotta
get
say-
deep in the Miles Davis
He
kind of
took me to
gotta
a
send me a
jazz club in
playlist.
Highland Park one time.
Oh, ETA.
That's
Remember?
tight.
Yeah, no, that
It was cool. It was a
Yeah,
vibe.
no, it was
I want to go check that out.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Do you get to do normal things like a normal person, especially out here in the city that you like come from?
Yeah, like I'll go to a mall, I'll go grocery shopping.
Okay.
I'll do normal shit.
But do you have to go to like places where you feel like
I mean, I'm going to like a little more upscale, but
Right.
still, it's like
Can't go where all
everything.
the Mexicans are at.
no, not at
They'll
all.
shut it down.
Everything is like at the end of the day, it's a hood everywhere in LA. So
Right.
everything is still by the hood, like
Yeah.
Right.
10, 15 minutes away. So you run into like the
Yeah.
niggas everywhere.
Right. You're still able to do like the necessary things that you need to do as a dad, like take your son to school and
Yeah, we go
shit.
to parks.
Okay,
or, like,
that's dope.
Everything.
That's dope. So you can still live kind of like a normal life.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Right.
dope.
What made
It's
you
dope.
so?
And I get so much love and respect. like,
Right. Ain't nobody like
Yeah,
after you
yeah.
type shit.
One of the things I think it's really impressive to see kind of how you're such like a publicly good father, and it's how
Yeah.
important it is. What made you decide? You know, like, was it when you were young? You're like, I'm going to be a really good father for my son, or was it something that just came when he
Nah,
was born?
it just came. Like,
Yeah.
it was just natural.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want the best for your son?
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, in your life, it's so chaotic that it's like to find time. It's like, but
Nah, that I feel like he's the most important thing. And he's the reason why I try to do anything I do. So if it's not about him, then it's really not about nothing.
cool.
You
What
feel like
about-
he keeps things in perspective for you, like
Yeah.
especially with the like.
Yeah, if it wasn't him, for him, I'd probably lose my mind. Like
Yeah.
that shit is chaotic as fuck.
Yeah. It could be like stress from like, damn, I got to turn this in or turn that in, or this shit ain't going how I wanted it to, and then it's like, kid comes up and it's like, papa, and you're
Yeah.
just like, fuck all that shit,
Yeah,
man.
for
Like,
sure,
you know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
Like, yeah.
Like even like being in the studio last year, like I was turning down everything so I could focus on the music. So like the money not coming in because I'm turning everything down, and I'm just like, what do I need to channel right now? And I'm like, I gotta get some more bread for my son. So I'm like,
Yeah.
start gassing up.
did you ever get like writer's block or any of those things?
Yeah. I'll be getting writer's block, and that shit really like if I get writer's block and I'm not able to have one good session, I might not want to record for like 2 months. That shit, that shit
You
like
one of those type
traumatizes me.
that take the craft real
look,
serious.
every time I write anything, I'm like, if I don't have a period where I'm like, you'll never write a good sentence again. It's like, you know what I mean? Like every time.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll come back in the studio like
Yeah.
after 4 months,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, how do I do this? Like, how the fuck did I ever make a
Yeah.
song?
How do you get yourself back in the mode when that happens?
Just start trying.
Right.
Just start trying. And then once I get one, we on the road.
I feel like
It's done.
being a rapper is like, obviously there's a craft to it and an art to it, but like on some level, it's like almost like you're born a rapper. Like some people that are born rappers don't actually become rappers.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like, like it probably was like that when you were like, you probably were like, I think I can do that. And you just did it.
For sure.
You ever played with it as a kid? Talent shows?
Nah, not talent shows, but I used to like write other people's lyrics in my journals when I was like a kid.
sick,
Like I
okay.
write down like 50 Cent lyrics,
Right.
whatever I'm listening to.
Who were some of your musical inspirations?
Definitely Six Mafia. I was just in the studio. I just did a song with DJ Paul.
He's back
That's
outside.
dope.
He's been linking
That's
with
dope.
different new
What was
artists.
it like being in the studio?
I just watched Hustle.
Me and him have met a bunch of times, so it was like normal. It was just chilling with the homie. But like after I did my verse, that was our first time recording. We've been talking about it for years. Like me and him have been linking up for years. And then that was my first time recording with him. After I did my verse, it was like he was like proud. I was like, because he knows how much I fuck with him. So it was like full circle moment.
That's cool.
That's dope.
Would you have a favorite like 666 like project or just like?
I think Sippin' on Syrup was one of my favorite joints ever.
Yeah, mine too.
Because I used to play Vice City and just have that in the background.
It's like a direct line from that to like Shoreline coming. Like you can see the.
That's the road to Shoreline.
Yeah, you're like, okay, GTA, Syrup, 666,
it all makes
Shoreline
sense.
Mafia.
Yeah, literally, the Mafia in the name came from like the inspiration.
That's interesting. Yeah. So then, when it first like, do you like? Obviously, it's crazy because like, what was it? 2017 when you guys first started popping?
Yeah, 2016, 2017.
So I mean, that's 8 years. I mean, it's 7, 8 years. I mean, does it feel like? What do you remember most about that time? Like that? Like, is it an emotion? Is it memories?
I feel like it wasn't that much of a good time. Like it was too much pressure on me. Like it's like the pressure to be great, not for myself, for everybody.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of pressure, and it was just like dealing with so much new stuff, money, fame. Like it was different. It wasn't a good time for me.
Yeah. How do you think what were the things that enabled you to kind of get into a better place?
Spending time by myself, doing everything by myself, working on my mental health.
Yeah.
So back then, like mental wellness wasn't even a thing. Like, and I know for a lot of kids, it's still not a thing. Like,
Right.
So just, I think working on mental health is the most important thing you could do.
Like, what are the other things? You hike.
Yeah, hiking. Just, I think working out is one of the most important things. Just like, and eating better. Like you are what you eat, and you think about like you eat McDonald's, you gonna think just shitty all day. Like
Totally.
You feel me? So.
Were you a computer person when you were young, or not really at all?
Not really.
Just like so you never got like sucked in. It's weird. I mean, it's bizarre to think about like how people like now live their own digital. I feel like Shoreline Mafia, what was so interesting in all your stuff is like it has like a physical sense of place, right? Like that was one of the things. Like I was like, oh, I know kids like this.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's recognizable. You're like,
Yeah.
they're out in front of the 7-Eleven. They just tagged that building.
They have a skateboard.
Someone over
They might be the
there.
homies.
They have a skateboard, but they ain't soft. Be careful to hit you with it.
Like, they might ask you to buy you some liquor.
I think that's why you guys were so successful, because you guys were so relatable to the
so many kids
generation.
relate, and I feel like so many kids saw themselves in us. And they're like, it's like you don't have to act hard. Like we're just like if you hard, you are. You know,
Right.
you feel me? You don't have to act hard to be someone you're not. Like see, I got the long hair. Like
Even when you guys first showed up to Dash, like 2017, blew my mind that the whole crew you were with, every single ethnicity you could think of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's our Armenian
I like that
dude,
about it, too.
Asian dude.
one of my best friends is Tongan.
Yeah.
One of my best friends is Armenian.
Yeah, so you're
Mexicans,
like I'm like
blacks,
all these people are
everything.
here for Shoreline Mafia. Like you guys are all here
Right.
together, and it was like that was a genuine like friend group. At least back then.
Yeah, for
and then
sure.
so just seeing that like that's really a melting pot.
And it was tight because we was all from different parts of the city.
Yeah.
Like, so it was all just like a big link up.
Do you have any friends left from back then around that time? You seem very like
Nah, a lot of my friends like
disconnected from it.
yeah, because a lot of my friends like fell into like drugs, like super heavy. A lot of my homies died, like
Right.
so it's not a lot of us left.
It's not
Right.
the
From,
same
like, the
either
original
vibes
crew.
as like since from back then. That was I just remember that time like 2020 was right kind of when everything kind of like fell apart, and obviously Mac P passing.
I think drugs was like one of the biggest things, and that's why I was just saying yesterday. I did an interview. I was like, I want to start like really talking about wellness, mental wellness, and like how kids like misconstrue, like they think I'm fucked up all the time or something. Like,
Yeah.
and the homies was, and look how it turned out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, I was
So like,
yeah.
you got to stay focused. Like my music is just like a representation of me. You feel me? It's not what I'm doing every single day.
Right.
Like,
That's true.
It's
Have
a part of
you
your
ever
life
see
you
Fear and
lived.
Loathing in Las Vegas, like the movie?
I haven't watched it. I know.
It's amazing, yeah. So I was just reading the letters of Hunter Thompson last night, and it was exactly what he was talking about, where he had written Fear and Loathing, which is like he's on every drug, like drugs you've never even heard of, like ether, like he's doing a ton of coke, he's on all this tequila, he's taking acid, he's on mescaline, he's doing every drug, right? And he wrote it sober. And yeah, it's because it is to channel that kind of thing, but I feel like you just burn out. Like you can't, you
not
can't
sustainable.
survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do that shit Monday through Sunday, and
Totally.
you're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna lose,
And
you
also,
lose everything.
the music will be bad, I think, at a
Yeah.
certain point. Like,
Yeah.
you only can get so much from, like,
That's why a lot
Only
of
could be
people.
so
I feel like
high.
a lot of people like you could tell when they're doing too much drugs.
Yeah.
The music
Yeah.
just starts sounding bad. Like
yeah. Well, it's like a devil's deal, right? Like, it gives you that boost when you start.
I feel like that's what they think. Just like I
Yeah.
said, I do everything sober.
Yeah.
So like, you think that's what it's doing, and then but over time your mind's just gonna fucking deteriorate.
That was the thing about jazz too, actually, because like Charlie Parker was like the one that all the great jazz players looked up to. And
Didn't they all do like heroin?
He
And
was a
shit?
heroin junkie, yeah, and he died of like ODing on heroin. But like for the next like 30 years, like every great jazz musician basically thought that they had to live up to the myth of Charlie Parker, and that if they did heroin, it would make them
Yeah,
better.
you see, I do everything sober. Everything sober.
I'm glad you addressed that because I'm
for
pretty sure.
And then when it's time to get fucked up, I get fucked up.
Right. Because I mean, that's the
Time to pop out to the
reward.
It's
club.
a time and a place for
Yeah,
everything.
that's the reward. Like everybody should be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Well, it's, yeah,
for
you
sure.
gotta have the balance.
Very special.
Batty
occasion.
Betty
Very-
shot a
yeah,
clock,
yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, no, 'cause I think about
I'm
it
bringing the
because I was
diesel
doing
next
research
time.
on my interview, and someone asked him, I think it was the High Times people, they're like, what kind of weed do you smoke? And he was like, a hybrid, which is also when I smoke, that's what I smoke.
Okay.
But that's a natural balance, though, because you're looking,
And that's like when I hardly smoke. You feel me? I don't be smoking every day either.
Yeah.
Back to this album though. I mean, like I said, I've had it on repeat.
Me too, bro. I probably played that shit like 300 times this weekend. 200 times since I last seen you.
Yeah.
And another 100.
Yeah.
What are you at a certain like? Because like for example, like a lot of people are going to like I see on Twitter like every time I listen to GNX for example, have a new favorite song.
Right.
Do you have a new like favorite song every time you listen to
Nah.
Paid in Full?
I just keep playing that from top to bottom. Like I love every single one of the songs. And
Yeah.
I thought I would be sick of it because I've been hearing the songs for like almost a year already.
Yeah.
Like I've been hearing them as I make them like for a year.
What are you most proud about the record?
I think that I just put my all into it. Yeah. Like, and then last year, like, you know how I said I be turning up and shit?
Right.
Last year I spent 90% of the year sober. So like it was my most sober year in like a minute. And now I want to go 100% sober. Like I was so focused and I was just so in tune and on point. Like it was amazing. I've never felt like that. And I think that's why the music sounds so good.
It is something to say about being sharp all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Being aware.
I haven't the only time I drank this whole year was Saturday for the Brown Bag live show. It's like
Right.
and I've been sober all year. I've just been so focused. I got
bro.
so much shit
I
done.
got so much shit done. Like so much
Because it's
shit
not
done.
only the
Like,
day
I
that
have
you get fucked up,
mornings.
it's the day or two after.
Yeah.
Because I was out for the count Sunday and Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Like this past weekend, like
Yeah.
it was hard to go to the club. Like I was like, well, I wanted to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
Do
it was
you
hard.
like club appearances more than like actual concerts and stuff? Or tour?
Either or, because like my fans go to the club and they treat it like a show.
Right.
So, and it's more intimate than a
Right.
show because it's not as many people. A club would
Yeah.
be like 300, 400.
Right.
A show gonna be 1,000 plus people.
You guys it's a big deal, I think, like 'cause being that you're playing Coachella, because I feel like a lot of people, it is a very Southern California thing. I think that gets lost in the kind of national mythology of Coachella, but like at its root, it was like a very Southern California thing. Obviously, you guys are such a iconic Southern
Yeah, for
California
sure,
group.
for sure.
Does it, I mean, I think you said on Brown Bag that you'd never been, but does it mean something to you to be able to kind of be at like this, kind of the biggest stage?
Yeah, it's special.
Yeah.
It's special because I know people come from all over the world to come
Yeah.
see this festival. So
Right.
And it's like anything we do, like Rolling Loud, anything we ever do, like it's a milestone and it's something like that. Imagine how many people wish they could do something like that. So I appreciate everything and nothing goes by where I'm not grateful.
Right.
Does it feel surreal? Like,
Yeah.
do you ever like sometimes like look in the mirror and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm
I know,
Ohgeesy.
I was like,
I once asked
me-
the little Wayne, and he was like, what do you mean?
Nigga, you're Lil Wayne.
I was like, bro, you've been famous since we were kids.
you know,
Right.
he's too used to it. He been famous a
Right,
long
he been
time.
famous since niggas was like damn near not born.
Yeah,
Like,
oh God. Yo, fucking, me and 310 baby, like I was getting faded with him. Like I was like, damn, I really felt like because we was just like,
he real young.
He's youngest.
and we was
like
on
that
tour
boy
and we're just sitting on
2008.
couches
Yeah.
and I was just giving him game and I'm like, damn, I'm really
You the
hunk
old
right
nigga
now.
in the club
And
now.
he was getting me high because I'm like, I don't even smoke.
Right.
Like, he getting me high and I'm like, and then he's like, damn, life is a movie. I'm like, yeah, it is low key. And then we'll get out and just rock the show
Yeah.
every night.
He has a crazy like story too. His
Yes.
story is like almost like I don't want to say like a Disney movie, but like just like almost like
Yeah.
it's just like
high school
It is,
graduation.
it is, yeah.
It is
Famous on
performing at his
TikTok.
high
It is
school
a Disney
graduation.
movie.
It's a whole
it is
High
a
School
Disney
Musical.
because he loves Disney. Like,
Really?
That's so funny. who I ask this question sometimes. Who's the wisest person you've ever met?
Maybe 310 baby.
Really?
No, a lot of
that
people
kid is
say that,
sharp.
and I'm not
He's
gonna
really
hold you.
so sharp, bro.
I
I'm telling
interviewed
you,
him,
the conversations we was having
Yeah.
was like,
and I hung out with him and his friends too after the interview, and I didn't feel like I was with a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds at all.
He
Like,
reminds me of me. He
Yeah.
reminds me of me. And I was telling him, I'm like, bro, it took me, I'm 31, it took me this much time to get so much understanding.
Yeah.
He got it already.
Already.
Bro,
Yeah,
before he
yeah,
was
yeah.
18, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
He had it
was-
from the gates.
Like he was touring with me, and we was touring in Cali. He was driving back to go to school every morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you're
Yeah,
crazy.
he's different. One thing I want to always ask you about is the Shoreline Mafia album that came out under Atlantic. What happened? Because I just felt like it was like so like you kind of heard like okay, this verse like it just felt like
which
it was,
one? The debut album?
Yes, yeah.
It was just too late. Like it
Yeah.
came out 3 years later, 4
Yeah,
years
well-
later, the group was broken up.
Yeah, like,
hey, but it's crazy. We got hella plaques off that. It just seems like it went over people's head, but
Yeah, I
shit
was
went-
just confused.
It went crazy.
Like I remember being like, damn, why didn't this drop early? I know you guys probably on tour.
and a
stuff
lot
like
of that stuff was from like the label was just fucking like milking us for mixtapes. Because any of the mixtapes, all the mixtapes went fucking had plaques and plaques.
They
to
had
them.
plaques
So
themselves.
everything could have been put together and just been an album. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been asked this, but like, how did what kind of like? I know there was never bad blood, but like, what kind of started you guys getting back together? Like, was there like an inciting incident or anything like that?
Nah, I was just so happy. I was just content. I'm like, how we take this shit to the next level? I'm like, let's bring back Shoreline.
why didn't you guys choose to put the other members back in the group?
We just like one of them like I just don't have no communication with.
Right.
And then the homie Kato, I feel like he was just like the homie. It wasn't really like
Right.
music. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, which is interesting because it's like, I mean, there's a tradition like in Tribe Called Quest, like most people don't know that.
It was like
Jerome-
it was
yeah.
just like a dynamic. Like
Yeah.
he was
Right.
a homie. You feel
Right.
me? That was part. But then like as you grow up, you're like, all right, everybody's a homie. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So then, like, you guys have been, as I listen to the Brown Bag, there's an album coming out.
fire, classic,
Tell
classic
me,
album.
like, what was where were you guys recording it? Like, were you in the studio together?
Yeah, we were in the studio together.
That's cool. Did it?
And then like we was recording like how I do now, pretty much just like no one in the studio, just me and Phoenix. And like, but I feel like I've seen so much in the past 2 years, like on my solo shit. I did so much that I never did with Shoreline. So like I've seen so much, like I've just seen the world in a whole different light. So being in the studio, I feel like Phoenix was just catching on to everything I done.
Right.
And then we
Y'all
just like,
complimented.
we fed off each other's energy. Yeah.
And I think he spoke about being sober too, right? Or like maybe
Look at
not
Ohgeesy
recently.
face.
Maybe not recently, but he had a period where he got healthier, right?
Yeah,
Like
nah.
a couple. I don't know if it was how
We've
long ago. it was.
been getting turned this week. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're just
not
so-
completely, but you know what I'm saying? Because there was a moment where it was like, I think he admitted to overdoing it.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
he was one of the homies that was overdoing it, but
Yeah.
he caught himself. Like
Exactly.
I love when you
But-
guys admit to overdoing
but-
it.
yeah.
that's how you have to catch yourself. You gotta
Yep.
separate from everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't you're never gonna fix something hanging out with the same group of people. Like
Yeah.
you feel me? You gotta isolate and elevate. You feel me?
Right.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
misery definitely loves company, and people like when you're at this level with them.
You see, so he's healthy now. So I feel like that's why the music was so good.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, health is wealth. Health is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel me?
So what did you, when you guys decided to put everything back together, what was it that you wanted the fans to get out of this portion of you guys' life? Because you're a lot older, more mature, more seasoned rappers.
This shit is turned up. It's nothing like paid in full. Like it just straight.
Yeah.
So it's like Shoreline 2.0 type shit. More party of you guys, but like adult party. Y'all got money now.
Yeah. Oh God.
Before it was like the Airbnbs or like
Right.
the apartments,
We
2 bedrooms.
rented
Now you own the
Right.
complex.
Now it's like a fat crib.
Now we got houses.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you're take like
The
you're
money's different.
You
Right.
invest
Yeah.
in stuff too. Like take like I want the master class of Ohgeesy business.
Yes, because you are such like an incredible businessman.
I'm waiting. Well, I got 2 houses, so I feel like I'm investing in real estate right now, but I occupy both of them. But what I really want to do is get into real estate. Like that's my main goal. Like
I would watch that reality show.
yeah.
It's just like Shoreline Mafia, but it's like
Ohgeesy sells a house today. You gonna put the
Selling
suit on
houses
and
on
do
the
the whole
coast.
but like they also make the music
I
video
want
in
to get
the
like
house and then sell it.
apartment buildings and stuff.
Right. So you don't want to be the person that's there showing the houses. You want to do it like behind the scenes.
Like commercial, all that. You feel me?
Yo, imagine one day you're like, your landlord is Ohgeesy.
Right. No, for real. And you never knew.
You're like,
Wait a minute.
It'll probably happen.
How did you come up with the name
that's how you know
Ohgeesy?
you're doing well.
Yeah.
From graffiti. That's how I used to write.
Oh, okay. But it was just like, what though? Like a saying?
Yeah, just like the homies.
Like, oh, shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's dope. That's dope. Made you a lot of money. Smart man.
No cap. No cap.
Yeah, and I read that you trademarked it like immediately,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
which is I thought was really
Smart
brilliant.
as fuck.
I wanna change it to Jeezy, like just Jeezy now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to fuck up my hoe. Like
No.
I get you.
Yeah, my hoe like fucking Apple,
No,
like
'cause
even,
bro,
Spotify, like that
speaking of
shit.
Jeezy,
that shit could fuck-
Instagram.
bro. Because just building up Ohgeesy, that's why I'm so proud of like
Yeah.
this moment. Because just building that up, even though I was Shoreline Mafia, and I had fucking we probably sold like 30 million records or whatever the fuck we did.
Right.
Bro, there's people that don't correlate. They don't understand that correlation.
They think you're
like,
Shoreline Mafia. Like,
Yes.
that's your name.
Yes,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah.
Because I forgot how to put out songs like The Major and just name it Shoreline Mafia.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, it's one of the hardest things to do to actually break off from the group that made your name and then have a solo. I mean, was there ever any like? Did you ever have like a period of self-doubt? No, you've always been
Because
like, very confident.
I feel like I put the group where we were at. So
Yeah.
Okay.
so it was just like I'm just gonna do the same
Right.
everything I
Just
did,
focus
just
on
run it
it.
Yeah.
back. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I realized that in London one time. I was in London, and then I was playing some of my songs, and then people was like, "Oh, this you? It should sound cool. Like you a new rapper or something?" I said, "No, I'm from Shoreline Mafia. I play some Shoreline." They're like, "No way." They're like, "No way." I was
Why
like,
didn't you
"Oh,
say so?"
people really don't understand."
No, it's different. But yeah, don't change the names.
Well, it's like a brand name is so strong.
Yeah, don't change it.
I've tried to
Yeah,
go
I'm
to
not-
like listen to old like Young Jeezy albums, right? And he has
And you
like
gotta
2
type-
profiles.
Yeah,
Right.
or
He
has,
like
like,
Boosie.
Jeezy.
Like
Yeah.
Boosie will always be little Boosie. To me.
Yeah,
Did he just go by Boosie?
He's Boosie badass now.
Yeah,
he's
he's
in the
Little
White
Boosie
House,
anymore.
by the way. Which I was like, I don't even know what to think about this. He was for
was
Black
that?
History Month. Boosie is at the White House for Black History Month.
Shout out,
That's pretty legendary.
Boosie.
I love
Yeah,
that.
shout out to
pretty legendary.
I do
Boosie
too. I met him when he
Yeah,
came to
honestly,
Bakersfield.
yeah.
He could do
I
whatever.
used to. I think I was probably me and one other person was the only people that listened to Boosie in high school.
Really?
Yeah. My homegirl,
Yeah.
she loves Boosie. And he came to Bakersfield at a little fish shop, and I met him and shit.
Do you have a favorite Boosie song?
Smoking on Purple with Webby.
Yeah, that song was great.
That's my shit.
That's dope as fuck. What other legends are you like, wanting to make music with?
I would make music with anyone like I listen to, like Gucci, Jeezy. Like
Yeah.
I would make music with anybody.
Do you feel like it just has to come like a little bit more organically than like
Yeah, for sure.
reaching, like you want to meet them in person and
Yeah,
kind of
exactly,
vibe a little
exactly.
bit?
In this
Like and then you get caught up. So like I wouldn't even remember no shit like that. Like
Yeah.
unless I
Right.
see you. Like
in this kind of like period where you've been traveling kind of the world and kind of having more experiences, was there a favorite place that you went to, and what was your favorite experience?
I
in that
just got
place?
back from Cabo. That's my favorite place today
Really?
now. Yeah. It was my first time in Mexico too.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your race?
I'm Mexican.
Oh,
Full
okay.
Mexican. Yeah. But I've never been.
You never been there?
Yeah.
And you like, your family's not like descended from there, like
No,
immediately?
they're from there, but
What-
we just never went.
Do you know what?
Oh, okay.
They go on there. On my mom be going, my grandma be
Right.
going. I just never went.
Was your mom born in Los Angeles?
No, she was born in Mexico.
Oh, really? And your
Okay.
dad too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them. My dad got deported too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
He been deported for like I don't
Do you
know,
have
I
a
don't know.
relationship with him?
We kind of had a relationship, like a little relationship right before he got deported, but not really.
So
Right.
he's living in Mexico now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Does he know
I gotta say what's up to him. Yeah,
that you're
he-
famous and all that
yeah,
and everything?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, that's dope.
But like we don't have a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like speak Spanish or like?
Yeah, I can speak Spanish.
fluently.
Yeah.
Fluently?
Not like fire, but I can speak
how
Spanish.
you getting along well in Cabo?
I was about to say, you can get past in Cabo, like,
Yeah, yeah.
same thing. I'm not, like, super great at it,
Yeah.
but, like, in Cabo,
Because
like,
I had
I'm
to
good.
talk to my grandma in Spanish my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people be getting it fucked up. They're like, yo, he don't talk no Spanish because they've never heard me. I'm like, bro, I can talk Spanish.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. I thought you give me I could talk Spanish.
What's the
Yeah.
best advice your grandma's ever
And it's
given you?
fucked up because my bad. It's fucked up because it be Spanish people saying
Right.
that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, yeah.
Like to me, you never
hate it.
gave unauthentic. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, what's the best bit of advice your grandma's ever given you?
I don't know. My grandma would just talk shit to me all the time.
You feel like
She
she
speak
kept
English?
She
She don't speak English?
No, she don't speak
Okay.
Do you feel like she kept you
Them
in
be the
line?
best ones.
Like,
Yeah,
to a certain
100%. I was
point?
scared of her. I was scared of her and my
Same.
mom. I was scared of them. Like,
Yeah. Like, my grandma's the reason I never got tattoos. She said if
Yeah.
I got tattoos that I wouldn't go to heaven.
My
And I was like,
grandma said that.
My
That's
grandma,
what I said.
she
That was like
seen
one
mine
thing I
and was
couldn't
like,
do.
It was like, damn,
I believed
grandma.
her. She convinced me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how I ain't trapped. Till I left her crib. I was like,
Yeah.
she would go through my shit like she ain't let me. Like,
What do you know what state she was from in Mexico?
she's from Yucatan, and then
See, your little accent came out.
my dad's side is from Michoacan.
Interesting. Do you think do you ever have any desire to kind of like go kind of take like a bigger tour of Mexico?
Yeah,
travel through?
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to go specifically where like around she's from. That's where like the pyramids is.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Chichen Itza, or yeah, I think.
Yeah,
also,
I'm-
Mexico City is incredible. I'm sure.
I wanna go
I'm
everywhere.
surprised you haven't done a show there.
So I was gonna do one, and then the tour came up.
Oh, wow.
So I had to go. Like,
That's
do
cool.
the tour.
oh, sick.
But I was just telling my manager, I'm like, y'all definitely want to go out there. I want to do something.
I feel like you're probably super popular in Mexico
Yeah.
City.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like LA and New York,
Yeah, it's
but it's Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Where do you feel like you guys have the biggest fan base? Like who shows the craziest love?
I don't know. Everywhere we go, we get hella love.
Yeah.
And we always have, on the East Coast,
Yep.
like the Midwest,
Yeah.
everywhere.
What do you think it was about you guys that, like, let you be accepted on the East Coast as like a lot of West Coast artists?
yeah, that's a
I
good
think it's
question,
the
but-
fact that I put the music together, and some of my biggest influence are from the East Coast. Like the style, like watching Mobb Deep, like you feel
Yeah.
me? Like
I feel like that's what we didn't realize, I think, at the time when we're like younger, is like that's what the Game did. Game had like an East Coast flow,
Yeah.
but he's from the West Coast, and he would always quote East Coast people. He put me onto a lot of things just by listening to his music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like, but he's the most West Coast person ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always feel like people. It's like always we pigeonhole things, but it's like you look at Alchemist, right? Who grew up in LA, but like was Mobb Deep's producer.
Bro, I had no idea. Like, not that I had
shout
no
out
idea, but
Alchemist. I fuck with Alchemist.
Yeah,
I
shout
didn't
out
know
to
Alchemist
that
was from the
album,
West
yeah.
Coast
I
until
just seen him the other
That's
day.
cool. Yeah, he's about
6 years ago or something. My whole life I thought he was from the New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Where
I
you
did-
from?
But Cypress
Where you from?
Hill-
He from Venice?
No, West LA.
West
yeah,
LA.
Yeah. But yeah, the Cypress Hill, they signed Alchemist.
Yeah.
And
As a rapper, right?
yeah, he was in a group called the Hooligans.
With
it
the
was him
dude,
and
the actor.
Scott Conn. Yeah,
Scott
Hawaii
Conn.
5-0 and
Yeah.
Ocean's 11.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Yeah, they were like regionally famous because everyone was like, oh shit, like Cypress Hill signed like these two
Yeah.
random white kids.
Yeah.
But it was a weird time. Like the 90s was interesting like that because they had the group out of the Valley. Eazy-E signed these two kids, like they were called Blood of Abraham.
Spiritual police, you see. So get the shackles off my back, cause I ain't with that.
And they went to Birmingham High in the Valley. And
That's
there was two
crazy.
white kids. Yeah,
never
on
knew
Ruthless Records.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
signed a flute player named Jimmy Z, and that fool plays at Harvell's in Santa Monica. Anyways,
That's crazy.
But yeah, there's a lot of like weird. LA is always. That's the thing I feel when you guys came up. Actually, it was kind of more the historic LA roots, because like someone like Cypress Hill, or that always was like that. And there was a period I think for like maybe late '90s up until you guys came out where stuff like that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
It was like an organic reflection of the
No,
culture.
for sure. Yeah, LA is so like diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Real diverse.
So, what are your like? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in like 20 years? Where do you see yourself in 50 years?
And 5 years being one of the biggest. I feel like I'm already the biggest Mexican rapper.
Yeah.
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 So I guess I did that.
Were there any models you had like of like a Mexican rapper that was popping when you were coming up that you like looked up to?
Probably just Cypress Hill. Like my auntie and my uncle be
Yeah.
fucking with Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
You give me kind of like
But that was like a different vibe though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was really
dark and moody.
I was more into like G Unit, like
Yeah.
And what was like the thing too is that like with Mexican or like Latino artists is like they all had like a song or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like sustainable success.
It's true.
Besides Cypress
Or, like-
Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what
they
I'm
had like
saying?
Lighter
Even,
Shade
like,
of Brown. Did you ever hear them?
They had one, two, like
They had
two
like a couple
songs, you know
songs.
what I'm
I
saying?
realized they were from Riverside. I found that out this
Yeah,
weekend.
and so it was just like, okay, you know, even like In Too Deep, you know, back to the hotel. Fire, but
Delinquent,
it was,
delinquent
Yeah.
habits.
yeah, it was like they got
You're
like
right,
one
you're
or
right. It
two
was
songs.
just
Yeah.
one.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a sustainable,
Yeah.
you know, like model of success.
Yeah.
And always kind of that, you know, and then you go to like a Lil Rob or somebody. And it's like,
SPM was big in Texas.
yeah, but it was always like a thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we won't go there. We won't go there. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Hey, shout out
we're
Texas.
not, nothing against.
Yeah.
We can't defend.
You know who hard from Texas? D baby.
D Baby.
Wasn't
Baby
Chingo
hard
Bling
as
from
fuck.
Texas?
Chingo
I fuck with
Bling.
Chingo Bling. I used
Yeah.
to listen to Chingo Bling.
I
Chingo
liked
Bling, there we
his
go.
remixes.
Yeah.
And I guess you have like Baby
Baby
Bash.
Bash.
Baby Bash, like on the pop
Sugar
side.
Yeah,
So,
I remember Baby
Yeah.
Baby
Bash.
Bash was hard.
Who are you listening to like right now? Outside of like yourself and like, you know, what y'all
Let me
got
see.
going
Let me
on.
look at like my recently downloaded. Cutiful. I listen to homie Cutiful all the time.
He's from DC.
Yeah. No, he from Maryland.
Maryland.
Central C. I've been listening to the Central C album.
You and him don't got nothing together, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
He was on my first solo project, and I think I was the first American with a
To do something with him?
that had a release song with him.
No, I ain't forget. I'm pulling a Urus out. You ain't seen it go inside the lamp.
He
Yeah.
was pretty tapped into LA.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I had a song with Draco too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
All
It's
my-
just unreleased.
All my homies from over there was like, bro, you gotta work with him. You gotta work with him.
Yeah.
And they sent me a story one day, and he was bumping Change Your Life, and I was like, I hit him up.
Oh, that's fire. I remember, you know, like RIP Mac P, around the time he was passing away, I remember you told me that you wanted to do OTX Records and like start like a record label. And then I know you had another artist that also passed away.
I wanted to sign my my little cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just happened to pass away. Like me
Yeah.
and him didn't even really grow up with each other. Like
Yeah.
I just met him like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
And
His
he
music was actually
super
really good.
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Domo.
Did he put out like? Is it released?
He had like 3-4 songs out. It
It's
was
like YouTube
good,
and
bro.
Instagram.
And he was like
good.
15 years old. I
And
was
he
like,
had the
all right.
look
Yeah,
and
how did he
everything,
pass
bro.
away?
He had the
got
like.
stabbed.
From LA? He grew up here?
Yeah, he used to stay in the same spot as One Take J. Like I think I ran into him one day, or he
Yeah.
told me, he's like, "Yo, Jay was like, oh, I ran into your little cousin." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So
Yeah, but that was gonna be one of the first people I signed.
is there plans to do that? You know, maybe not now because you're focusing a lot on Ohgeesy, but is that something you want to
I
do?
don't know, cause I see how like you know how artists get mad at labels and shit.
Yeah.
Like people put too much dependence on like a label or something. Like it's like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
bro, it's all really in your hands.
Yep,
like,
what you can do.
yeah.
They can
Yeah.
give you a little bit of. It's like it's a bank that gives you an advance.
And,
Right.
and then it's all reciprocated.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people get advances, they get money, and they just like start chilling. Like, it's like, bro, you
Yeah.
gotta keep working every day.
And it's better when you can bring more to the table.
Yeah.
And they feel like they don't have to like
It's-
do
I mean,
so much.
I mean, it's some artists are probably like, it's like, but they gotta work like me. The same
Yeah.
way I work, I'm like, bro, you gotta.
Well, you've navigated the major label lane well, where you feel like most of the artists I know like kind of are like fuck my label, but
Yeah.
you've navigated it well. Like, what are the advice you would give to a artist that's like, should I sign a deal? Should I not sign a deal? If you do sign a deal, what's the advice you give them?
It all really just like stems on you and your situation. You feel me? If you pop in and you got like leeway, like you can do whatever the fuck you want. You know, hold off as long as you can. Just keep working on yourself. Keep working. And then if you are gonna sign, just know you can't get lazy. You got to put in the same work that your team is gonna put in.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you regret signing? Do you feel like you would have had the same success with Shoreline and Ohgeesy if you didn't?
I don't regret it because I feel like everything's meant to happen the way
Right.
it happened. But I just know, like, bro, we've made the label probably like $30-40 million. Like,
Right.
You feel me? Like,
And you didn't see. Do you feel like you seen that?
nah, not 30-40 million.
Yeah.
I seen some M's, but like probably like half of that.
Right. How was it when you got your like very first plaque?
It was cool. Like I said, like anytime we get like an accolade, I'm like, fuck it, keep going.
Next one.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you know
next
you
one.
Do you
can
have
get
a
more.
room in your house where it's like dedicated?
I have all my plaques on the floor. I gotta put them up.
What?
I gotta put them up.
How long they been down there?
Since we got every one of them since we got them, and they just keep coming. So it's just
Yeah.
like
Right.
I feel like
you know why? It's because I feel like I don't have like I haven't even like I haven't put too much time into my house. Like I just got a new house, so I'm like
Oh, okay.
I haven't put too much time into
You're on
it.
the
so,
go.
Yeah. So I need to like really sit down and focus on what I want to do inside my house because I'm super picky like about. Like, I feel like I'm like an interior designer. So I
What
really
made you choose this house? What was it about the house that you liked?
just the outside. It's like super modern, super modern. Yeah. So I've always wanted a house like that look like that.
That's cool.
So you always, I feel like you always find artists like super early. Is that like by design, or you feel like they find you, or like, because you be up on like some like, I know like for example like into pre-grams, it's like somebody that's
I
like,
don't know. I think it just come by chance, just by hearing it or something.
You have that
like,
ear, you feel like?
Yeah, and I have the ear, like someone might skip over something like that.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
was just like, no, that sounds good. Like, they don't need to have a like name or a clout or nothing. Like, I'm just like, oh, that sounds good. I know good music.
And you're not afraid to co-sign them, which
Yeah.
you know
Yep.
is valuable.
I feel like that's what it is with a lot of people. No one likes to show love publicly. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I love to show love and just like express that.
Yeah, I feel like they're afraid. I always said like the best model for a career, like in a major label or like a big legendary rapper, was Gucci Mane, because Gucci Mane put on Thug, he put on like Dolph, like Migos, he helped, like all these artists that like obviously Flocka, like all these guys that came through, but like that's because I think he was willing to kind of show that love.
Not for sure. Yeah, I feel like you get what you give.
That's true. So if anyone could like, what do you think you haven't been able to convey to the world, or like what is a misperception that people think they have about you that might not be true?
I don't know. Maybe they're like I'm like too cocky or something. Like you said it, like when you met me, you like, oh, he cool.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Off
I think
the
a lot
dribble.
of people, because I have money, because I have fame, like people might be like, oh, he's probably a dickhead or something. Or, like I feel like I'm a normal person, and I try to be the most. No, I am the most genuine person I can be. You feel me?
Why? How do you like? How are you able to do that with so much egos and just bullshit and shit that's in the industry?
It's so much bullshit. And
It's so much
That's
bullshit.
what make me like sometimes separate. Like just separate from the world. And I think that's what it is. Separating and then taking a step back, looking at everything, and then coming back and like, nah. feel me?
Yeah, coming back after.
Yeah.
Has there been a time where you were in the industry dealing with people and you had like expectations of how things were gonna be, but when like you met the person and you went around that,
I feel like it's just like that with life.
it was like some bullshit. Yeah.
That's cool. So you got rest of the year. You got obviously Shoreline album dropping.
When is that
Hayden
dropping?
Full's out now.
Tell us, Ohgeesy, tell us.
For summer, I'm gonna get y'all right for summer.
Okay.
I'm gonna get y'all right for the summer.
Perfect. And what's
Shoreline summer.
what can people expect from that record?
Just turned up. It's like
he played me some shit.
it's like the old Shoreline shit, just like elevated.
Steroids.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Right.
The beats are like bassier, like
I like you
his
guys'
flow is
adult
tighter.
voices.
Yeah,
I love you
me
guys as
too,
adults.
me too.
I
Yeah.
love it. Y'all don't sound like
I was
little niggas
yeah,
no more.
we found our pocket.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, going back to listen to like, what's the deal?
I know. I
and,
be like, y'all sounding like a kid.
it's different now.
For sure.
Like with you being so successful, like well, you said you did in your 20s, but I still like feel like that's still kind of young because I feel like when
Well,
you
right now,
yeah, like with you being so successful,
I feel younger than I ever have because I'm taking care of myself, because I'm healthy. Like I feel like I got more energy than I ever had.
right?
Sleeping good, taking care of myself. You feel me? I just feel like I'm ready to do anything at any time.
So what's next for you?
Torn. We gonna be torn non-stop. Like once this shit after Coachella, it's up. Like it's about
And
to
you're
go
doing
crazy.
Coachella at Shoreline.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the lineup yet. Okay. Have you ever done it as Ohgeesy?
No, we never did it.
What do you think?
we're
If
like-
you could do it?
Yeah.
I think you could do it.
100%.
Do you think you
100%.
would?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Next, so after this, like this album just went fucking crazy. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So like my next shit's just gonna go crazy. So I'm 100%.
Right.
I'm about to go crazy with
Why
the
is Rolling
Ohgeesy.
Loud like fake? Like they can have an LA show without you.
Right. Like
They be trying to book us, but sometimes the ticket just be too low.
Oh,
so we
okay,
be like,
that makes sense. Because last year it was like J.O.P. was supposed to pop out, and all of a sudden, Ohgeesy. And I'm
Right.
like, why didn't he get booked in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
I think they try to book us for sure.
Okay. It was just
We
like,
be
okay.
turning a
You
lot
played
of
at the
stuff.
carnival.
A lot of
I saw
stuff
you
down.
came through at the carnival, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh yeah,
Nah, we be turning a lot of stuff down for
that
sure.
makes sense.
yeah. I mean, if
Like
the
if
money
the money
ain't
not right,
Yeah.
All right.
At least you know your worth.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't going.
Well, thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, bro. Thank
Dog,
you.
jeez, you already know.
Thank you.
What's up?
Truth Hurts. Ohgeesy.
Truth Hurts. Shout out to Pro Club.
Yep.
Shout out my son. Hey, Sonny, come through. Come. You gotta say something. Come.
He's so cute.
Look, say something to the camera. Right there, right there.
He like, I want to walk on the little thing.
All right. That's all we get.